to take that question. Question number 7, 30 seconds.
We won't delay too long on this. We're covering. Basically, the question relates to County Wexford and the areas of County Wexford that can apply for funding under this new community enhancement scheme. The amount allocated in 2019. So you might give me the details, Minister.
Ministers, 2 minutes.
Thank you. The new Community Enhancement Programme, which I launched earlier this year, builds on and replaces the original RAPID programme, and it is different in a number of ways. The funding is allocated by my department to each local authority area, taking account of deprivation levels. Disadvantaged community groups in any location within Wexford or any other area can apply to their local community development committee for funding. The LCDC administers the scheme to ensure that funding is provided locally to the groups that need it most. I originally allocated £4.5 million to the programme in 2018 and increased the funding, bringing the total amount to £12.5 million. Of this, County Wexford received a total of €470,891. In addition, I made €23,188 available to the 16 men's sheds in Wexford under the Men's Shed Fund, which is part of the Community Enhancement Programme. While the funding for 2019 has not yet confirmed, I expect the national allocation to be in the region of £4.5 million that was initially provided in 2018. County allocations will be determined in 2019.
Cuív, 1 minute.
Minister, would you agree with me that the most deprived communities in the country are all urban communities and tend to be urban communities with a high percentage of social housing?
No, I would have to say that both urban and rural, there's problems in both categories. And that's why, in relation to the schemes that we have, that's why the SIDECAP programme for Wexford, and that was a question was asked about, SIDECAP, we put 1.7 million into Wexford for SIDECAP programme. The Commission has been scheme 470,000. Poverty is both urban and rural, and that's why these schemes are set up, to try and target areas of need. And, you have very serious urban difficulties, but you have also very serious rural difficulties as well. And I suppose my job in the department is to try and be equal and try and make sure that I can, whatever funding is available, that funding, first of all, that is delivered to where it needs to be delivered, and number two, that there's equality across the board, that it's not an urban-rural divide, it's where the problems are, where the deprivation is, that I have to deal with these problems, whether it's urban or rural.
Final question.
Minister, so you're saying the sociologists got it wrong when they did the detailed analysis of census figures that showed that the most concentrated community-level deprivation was all exclusively in urban communities. So you don't agree with that? And it reminds me of a visit I paid to Wexford, at the Wexford town. And when I was there, I was talking to the RAPID team, and I made the point that I had never seen in rural areas the level of concentration, disadvantage and deprivation that I've seen in urban towns. And this lady put up her hand and she said to me, "Can I say something?" And I was wondering what was coming. And she said, "Minister," she said, "I come from the Aran Islands." And you're dead right. That's what she said to me. Minister, are you denying that the facts are quite clear, that the most concentrated areas of deprivation on a community level are urban areas?
Final response from Minister Ring.
I don't disagree with the Deputy saying, but in relation to the funding for the Community Enhancement Programme, funding is allocated to each local authority area in a way that reflects deprivation and population. And of course, that's why, particularly in recently, we announced funding for inner city Dublin, because they have different problems than we have in rural Ireland. And of course there's very serious deprivation, there's very serious problems in urban areas. I don't deny that, and that's why in my department That's why, as I say, we have the SICAP programme. That's why we allocated special funding to special projects in and around cities, because they have very, very serious problems like crime, drugs and other issues. And that's why, as a department, we have to look and monitor and make sure that we give the funding that's necessary. And I'll just give you an example, and the question again relates to Wexford. Like in the CSP programme, there's 1.26 million. Particularly in Wexford last year, I gave 5.3 million for my department alone, and that's to deal with all the issues that you have raised here with me this morning.
Next is